Thanks everyone for joining us tonight. This is Pop Style Review. You guys are in for quite the treat. We have Sophia Chang with us, the baddest bitch in the room.
Yay, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
So Sophia, tell us a little bit about your past in the music industry.
So I am the child of Korean-Canadian immigrants, born and raised in Vancouver. I was definitely on the track to academia, becoming a French professor, and then I heard The Message by the Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five in 12th grade, and it completely changed my life. And then I started listening to hip hop, came to New York, got into the music business. You know, I moved here in '87. So the scene was very small at the time, and it was very easy to kind of get in, and it was a small community, and it was really beautiful to be welcomed into this community.
How do you discover talent now in comparison to back then?
I'm not interested in discovering talent anymore. If I was, I think that there are a lot of different ways that this happens, because I used to run what's called A&R Administration and Operations at Universal Music Group, and I would sit in on all the A&R meetings. And so there's the traditional way where you go to clubs and you go see bands. Then there is the other traditional way, which is how we found a lot of talent, and that was through other talent. You're an artist, you're a producer, you're a DJ, so you guys are talent and you attract talent, I would say, more than anybody else does. To me, the best source of talent is talent, which is why back in the day, a lot of artists got what you call a label deal or a joint venture. You know, they would say, okay, you're an amazing producer, we're gonna give you a label deal. Why would we go look when all the artists are coming to you, right?
So tell us about your audiobook.
First, let me tell you about the baddest bitch in the room. Back in 2008, it was the second annual Black Girls Rock Awards, and I went and I thought, oh my God, you know what? I was looking at my friends that I was with, and I thought, my girls are the baddest bitches in the room. And this is not something that's competitive. This is not about saying, I'm prettier than you, I'm thinner than you, I'm this than you, I'm blah, blah. It's not about that. It's about, as a woman, claiming your own power and your strength. And I do not think we are encouraged to do so, especially as women of color, especially if you're my age. I'm 54 now, and at the time I was not 50 yet, but still over 40. I mean, even over 35, we're not really celebrating ourselves. So the baddest bitch in the room is about doing an inventory of all the things that are amazing about you and celebrating the aggregate of it. And it is not looking down on other women, it is looking up on you. So I was told for years, you gotta write a book, Sophia. You were the first Asian woman in hip hop. You managed Old Dirty Bastard, God rest his soul. You know, you hung out with Wu-Tang, you have all these crazy stories, but I thought, that's not an interesting book to me. However, once I started working at Universal and I took on a bunch of mentees, a bunch of young women, most of them fresh out of college, 22 years old, and at that time I'm 50, I realized my experience as a working mother, as somebody who has been in many different disciplines and many different jobs, could actually be beneficial to these women.
If you could tell all of the young women out there who are learning and coming up in their careers and understanding who they are as people, what would you tell them?
I think what's really important is to block out the noise. You know, I at the end of my audiobook, I give a shout out to the women, and I say, shout out to the women that get up every morning, and despite not being thin, young, and blonde, you still get up and get out there, and you believe that you're beautiful and you're powerful and you're sexy.
So what is next for you?
Well, thank you for asking. I have, I was put on this planet by the Creator to do public speaking. I have no doubt about that. I'm supposed to have a microphone in my hand. I'm supposed to be in a stadium of 25,000 people, trying to help people be the best version of themselves possible. I have other writing projects. I have TV and film projects. I have a scripted television show about myself that I am developing.
Thank you for all the words that are definitely going to make us change some things, right? About behavior
Thank you so much
and
for
our
having me.
actions.
I'm so glad to be here.
Yeah.
I'm really, really glad to be here. Thank you so much for reaching out.